If you want to double the results of your Facebook ads or really any system or marketing strategy that you've got in your coaching business, you don't necessarily need to double the ad spend. Doubling the ad spend is one way to do it, but you don't necessarily need to do that. You can actually create a double. So 1 grand in, 5 grand out. If you want that to go from 5 grand to 10 grand, you can actually do that by pulling a very specific lever that we're going to go through in this video. This is going to be a short video, direct and to the point, but this is a complete game changer. I just shared it on a live session with my client, and the creative juices really got flowing on the other side when we did some open Q&A, and I wanted to share it with you guys on YouTube now. And I always forget this, but YouTube malark, isn't it? I'm Shoney Mac, and I've helped almost 3,000 coaches and consultants grow their coaching and consulting businesses over almost a decade at this stage now. I actually did my first ever coaching in a room with finger food, where I literally got people, this was back when people didn't really know what Facebook ads were, got them to open up their laptops. We would have like 30 or 40 coaches in the room, and we would literally get them to create an ad account, then create their ads, and go from there from 9 till 5 with finger food and coffees and all sorts. I can't believe I ever did that, but it was a good experience. But anyway, these days we help coaches and consultants. Even in 2024, we had everything from online fitness coaches to business coaches, investment coaches, fiction writing coaches, even an online dog trainer hit 7 figures and above in 2024. And we were able to do that by doing what we're going to talk about in this video, which is creating doubles. So not just having profitable outcomes, but we're talking about seriously scaling here, and this is a major part of it. So let's get into it. Okay, this is going to be about as casual a video as I ever make in here, but I just want to illustrate the point more than anything. On the other side of this video, you're literally going to be like, okay, this is super simple to action. I just need to go and find X, Y, and Z, identify that, and then pull this lever. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples here off the cuff. So if I was to use the simplest example, every single coach, consultant out there, whatever your marketing system is, and especially with paid advertising, you have multiple steps. It isn't just this and then you get a sale. Even if you did that, I said then you get a sale, so it'd be 2 steps. But anyway, every single coaching consultant, no matter how simple the system always has multiple steps, from stranger to them becoming a client, paying you money, okay? So if I was to use the simplest system, I would say it's something along the lines of like a product, right? So a direct to sale product ad. So let's just say that you have, I don't know, an ebook, or you've got like low ticket offers, £97 and below, something like that. So let's say low ticket offer with ads that go direct, okay? So with this, even in this scenario, we have step 1, we have the ad. Step 2, they go to the sales page. Step 3, they go to the checkout. And you might even find that it's got another step in here as well, which is if you've got like a 2-step checkout where people put in their details, and then it's kind of, so it's like kind of like cart and then purchase. You might even have step 1 filled in. In fact, actually, I'll try and keep it even simpler here, right? So you've got checkout, okay? So you've got checkout, and then they can put in their details and make a purchase, and then you have upsell, okay? So that'll be on the thank you page, giving them another opportunity to purchase. There's not many times these days where we have low ticket offers that we don't have upsells on the other side. It's just part of the system these days. You used to be able to get away with it when Facebook ad costs were even lower back in the day. It's one of those things where the sort of like £7 offer, 19, 27, 47, 99, whatever it may be, all of those expectations of the type of product that fit into those types of price points have kind of stayed the same, but inflation has not stayed the same. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of at that stage now for you to have major profitability from that type of offer, and you typically need something post-purchase, right, that a percentage of people could take, right? But even in this scenario, we've got 4 steps, right? So let's just say that in this one we have like 1,000 people click through, okay? So this is what happens with the ad. 1,000 people click through to the website, and let's say you've spent 500, so it's 0 per click, okay? So that's the first step there. So you've done 500 in ad spend, you've got 1,000 people to click through, so it's 50 pence per click. Then let's say that from the sales page, you've got 1,000 people that land on the sales page, assuming everybody gets to the sales page, which it won't quite be, but I mean, that's, I guess, another step. See what I mean? There's even other steps here, right? The speed of the page loading is actually another step where a double could be created, right? But I'm going to keep this super simple. So let's say that from the sales page to the checkout, 100 people go to the checkout. Okay, so let's say that's 10%. Okay, from here, let's say that 50 people purchase. That's a 50% conversion rate on the checkout. And then let's say the upsell here, let's say 20 people take it. Okay, which is going to be 40%. Okay. So when we're looking to create a double here, it would be very easy to say, okay, if this person's getting a 10x return on their ad spend, if they want to double their revenue and double their profitability, then just merely double the ad spend. Now, I'm all for that. I'm all about accelerating ad spend, but I'm also all about looking for doubles without you having to spend additionals on ads. And that doesn't mean that you wouldn't do it afterwards. I just, you know, if you put two doubles together, there's something really interesting that happens as well here, which is you create a quadruple. A lot of people think, oh, well, if I want to double and then I double, then that creates a triple. No, it doesn't. It creates a quadruple. So if you're spending $1,000 on ads and you're getting 10 back, if you find two places to double, you would get 40K back instead. Okay, and one thing could be in your system, and another thing could be the ad spend. So that's your two doubles that create a quadruple here. Okay, but if I was to look at which lever to pull, if I want to get a double here at this step, that's going to have to come down to 25 pence per click, which may be quite difficult to achieve because it's already a really good cost per click. Right here, we've got a 10% conversion rate from sales page to checkout. That's a really great opportunity to get a double, because a double here is not taking the conversion rate on this page from 10% to 90%. It's taking it from 10% to 20%, which isn't scary. That is something that is hyper achievable by making one or two changes. The checkout has a 50% purchase rate. If we were to get a double there, it would have to be 100% of people who hit that page purchase. That's going to be pretty difficult because it's already a good conversion rate. And then finally, the upsell page, a 40% conversion rate on an upsell. Unless the upsell is extremely low priced, the upsell, a 40% conversion rate would be really, really good. And so getting that to 80% would be extremely hard without lowering the price, and then it may not create the double that you're looking for anyway. And so what we would see here, if I was breaking this down for a client, I would say, okay, well, the place where we can find a double is right here on the sales page. So we're not going to change the ads. We're not going to change the checkout. We're not going to change the upsell. We're going to change the sales page. And we're going to either have it where there's more call to action, so there's more opportunities for people to click through, because that is what is going to create 10% to go to 20%. Or we're going to look at things on the page that are distractions. We might actually we might even lower the size of the sales page. Very often when we want to create a double on a sales page, it's not about what can we add in here, but it's very often about what can we take away. Because if it's a really long sales page, a lot of people think that if I haven't got all the information, then I can't make a buying decision. And so that plays into the psyche of, well, if I don't have the time to sit here for 8 minutes and read every single word on the page, then I don't know if I should buy it or not, okay? So it may be taking things away. It may be quite simply below the button. Because this is a purchase and not an opt-in, it may be below the button in small black text having 100% money back guarantee, right? Simple things like that increase click-throughs on sales pages. Or it could be 5 stars on Trustpilot or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But there's many different things that you could do. So this is where this client would create their double. Now, if we were to look at a second example here very quickly, and we would say medium system. You can see that I've just sort of done this off the cuff. So anyway, medium system. So let's say it is lead magnet funnel for easiness, right? So this is running ads where people give us name, email address, and phone number. Then on the thank you page, if it was our entry offer lead magnet that we have inside the program, where people are given an opportunity immediately after opt-in to either make a purchase or book a call, and then they're given opportunities when they actually get the thing, and then they're given opportunities through email marketing, and then they're given opportunities through WhatsApp Business optionally as well. That creates so many different steps. So you have the ad, you have so this is how many people click and open the form. This is actually step number 1. So it's almost like link click-through rate is a thing that we're looking at a lot of the time. But then you have step 2, which is still the ad. How many people who open the form, submit the form. Okay. The next thing is still the ad. How many people who submit the form click through to thank you page. Then it is how many people who reach the thank you page book a call. And then from here, you've got 5. If I'm going to like sort of bundle these things together, how many people who watch the training book a call. Then you've got step 6. How many people who open the emails book a call. Or if you wanted to keep this even simpler, you could group these things together and say how many people book calls from the entire opt-ins. But this is an easier way to break things down and find other opportunities here to create doubles as well. But even just this alone, and there could be a step 7 where it's how many people book calls from conversations in WhatsApp if you connect WhatsApp to your lead magnet funnel so that every single opt-in gets a conversation started inside WhatsApp. There's loads of ways to make a lead magnet profitable. That's one of the great things about a lead magnet. Even the thank you page offer I was showing to my clients, I literally shared my screen because I've got an entry offer lead magnet myself. And I was showing that 23% of people who opt into my lead magnet book a call on the thank you page before they've absorbed the lead magnet. And by the way, for them to book a call, it isn't just a calendar. They have to submit, they have to answer 8 questions and then it redirects to the calendar. So it's crazy how good that system works. But for instance, even here, how many people who open the form submit the form? If you see in the stats that, let's say you have, again, 1,000 open the form, and then let's say that we see that 100 people submit the form. Well, in that case, the double is clearly here, okay? If you have really, really good click-through rates, people are opening up the form, but only 100 people are submitting the form, there's something wrong with the form. You've either got too many custom questions in there, maybe you check the box for inverted commas quality, but maybe your audience isn't reacting very well to it, having to manually type in their details. Maybe you're asking for too many details. Some people just simply asking for first name instead of first name and surname can massively create a change. It can sometimes create a double. And then also on that step of the lead form where it says, where we can customize basically what we're going to do on the other side of them opting in. A lot of people will say, will put in that box without any direction. They'll put in the box, submit your details below full stop. I've seen that over and over and over again. I think it's like, it's just naturally what a lot of people think they're supposed to do. It's like encourage them to submit the form. Whereas we get people to say something like, where should we send your lead magnet? Or where should we send your free templates? So we make it like outcome driven. And it massively increases the amount of people who open forms that submit forms. Okay? And so when you're looking at any of these systems, when you find an opportunity to create a double, that's the thing that you focus on. And like I said, if you can create 2 doubles, it becomes a 4x. If you can create 3 doubles, it becomes an 8x. I should have just done this uniform, shouldn't I? So if you can find 2 doubles and then you double the ad spend, there's your 8x, okay? And so if people are looking to really, really scale their coaching businesses, it's about number 1, getting the right ad strategy, because the ad strategy is going to allow this to scale way faster than sending slightly more messages, sending a message to somebody for a 14th time, even though they didn't reply to the first 13 and hoping for a different change. Hey, organics don't really generate a lot of opportunities with any kind of predictability. Well, we're already posting twice a day. Maybe we should be posting 3 times a day. Do you know what I mean? That versus just getting the right ad system that fits you and your market and your product and your price point, getting it profitable, and then assessing things exactly like this to find that double. And then if you can find multiple doubles and then you can scale the ad spend, then that's when things go absolutely bananas. That's why we've got people inside Systems to Scale, our top tier mastermind for coaches that we've already worked with who then are already doing 6 figures and above. They then come into Systems to Scale. And a lot of it is about identifying things like this, working really closely within the detail and giving them the confidence to aggressively scale ad spend. Because even when people have like a 20x return with us, very often they'll still be nervous about increasing ad spend. It's still that sort of, mentality of, well, what if everything breaks, or what if I change something and it doesn't work as well, or well, I'm already spending 500 a month on ads. It's quite scary, the idea of spending 1,000. But we've got people inside the program that are spending multiple thousands per day, but they're doing about $250,000 in monthly revenue. And so when you take that into account, it's not so scary when you see that their ad bill is, 50K or 60K or 70K or 80K for the month, but they're bringing in 250K, so profitability is pretty good, okay? Anyway, as always, I was going off on a tangent there. Hopefully this video has been valuable to you. If it has been, then do all the YouTube malark that they love, and I love, let's be fair. Like, subscribe, comment below, let me know if there's any key takeaways, you've got any follow-up questions. And of course, there's tons of other videos on this channel showing you how to create Facebook ads from scratch, how to create your remarketing audiences, how to multiply your clients, how to increase average order value. There's videos on literally everything I could think of to create on this channel at this stage. So feel free to jump about, and hopefully this has been really valuable to you. There's also down below, if you would like to find out if it's a good fit for me and you to work closely together on creating your ads, scaling your ads, then you can find our mastermind down below. You can also grab a 30-minute free ad strategy session below this week as well, which you can spend 30 minutes with either me or Jen, Emma, or Liam, in which this is my coaching team. This is not sales team. Through the 30-minute ad strategy sessions through YouTube, you get on with the coaching team or myself, nobody else, not the sales team. And it's an opportunity for us to build out your ad system with you. And literally, if you want to implement it with us on the other side, then great. Otherwise, you're going to go away with your ad system pretty much fully mapped out. So anyway, if that's valuable to you as well, then grab that down below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.